what we have for today. So can you all see my screen now? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for that response. So today we'll be going right straight into codes and what are code tags? We say codes in HTML are primarily used to enclose attribute value, making it easier for browser to parse and interpret the code. List in with no less than we check, we set list in HTML groups related item together. So now, without code, the browser may not understand where an attribute value starts or ends, especially if they are spaced in the value. So, for example, consider image tag with the SRC and alert attributes. So imagine if there was no codes in this SRC, we are not using codes in it. How will it know where the image starts and where does it end? So you get, so without these codes, the the code is unreadable and the browser will throw you an error because it does not know where this is starting from and where this is ending. Do you understand? So we have single quoted and we have double quoted. All right. So HTML allows us to use both single and double quoted code to enclose attribute value. Both are valid, but double quoted are most commonly used and widely accepted. Why is that? You can use single and you can use double. Do you understand? So it is not about that. It's not that you use one is not good or you use the other one is not working. No, you use the two and it is working. But mostly people use double quoted. Now, both version will work fine, but consistency is important. Most developers prefer double quoted in HTML, especially when working with XML-based language like XHTML, where double quoted are the standard. So when are you to use this single quoted? Since we know that you can use single quoted and you can use double quoted. Now, single quoted are used when you need to nest quotes within quotes. For example, if your attribute value contains double quoted, you can use single quote to avoid conflict in the sense that when you have a value inside a quote and that value too has to be another quote, then you can open your whatever you have as a single quote, then the value that should be inside can now be double quoted. So that's how it works majorly. Then yeah, the attribute type to use single quotes and enclose the string that contains double quotes. Now, HTML attributes and quotes. HTML value should always be enclosed in quotes, especially when the values contain space. While it's technically possible to omit quotes for single word value, it is a bad practice. For example, the code is valid but not recommended when you want to just send, you want this type to be just the text and name is just username. It is just one word, but it's very bad because sometimes it might cause confusion. But it is a very good practice for you to have it in a quote. It is very, very important to have that. Now, see, like we said, adding quote is more robust and it's future proof. So it saves you any error ahead later on. So maybe you have any error later on in life, so you have already avoid that mistake already. So could become absolutely necessary when the value has space. When you have space in like this your error and you need to go to a link, it is essence for you to put them in a code. See, even if it does not have space and it has space, it is advisable for you to put everything in a code just to keep it basic and simple. Are we good? So if you omit code here, it will break the HTML and the browser won't know where the URL ends and where the next attribute begins. So you need to always ensure that when you are working with attributes and when you are passing in a value for a tag, you must always ensure that you use a code. Next, we have citation. Citations are essential part of online content, particularly in academic research and professional articles. They help attribute content to original source, ensuring credibility and avoiding plagiarism. Now, what is citation? Citation is a reference to a source of information. It could be a book or an article, a web page, or speech or anything. So in HTML, how do we do it? We use cite and block quotes. Let me stop sharing and share my VS Code. Um, okay, now last class we created a test.html, so we'll just basically use it for today. I don't think that should be so we'll just use that today to have it fresh clean. So now we said we use cite or block quote element are commonly used for citation. So the cite element is used to define a title of the book, such as a book, a report, or that. So when you want to define a title of a book, we can do, let's do a P first. Let's say P, name of the book is. So now we use cite. Now let's okay, let's do things for part. So if we do a go live on this, so can you see how the things fall apart comes out? So it makes sure we are making the citation to a book things fall apart. So by default using the site, it brings a different um it brings it differently in an italics, different from the way the P tag is. Then you can also use it for the name of a book, you can use it for a report, you can do a research paper, you can do film, you can use it for a song. So you can use it anywhere basically. So you can do so can you see? So we have the book catch. So let us use this example. Since we're still referencing a book, so we come here and paste this. So we have the book, The Catcher in the Rye is a classic American novel. So take note of this, The Catcher in the Rye that is in the site. And then when you check that, you can definitely see that it comes out differently from the others. So now, how site renders? By default, most browsers type site content in italics, indicating that it's a title. And we can see that by default, the words that we wrap in the site tag is in italics. So now the block code element. The block code element is used for putting a large block of text from another source. It often includes the citation of the source, either as an attribute or within the element. So how does it work? Now this is how it was by writing a block. So now we are referencing a speech from somewhere. Let's see. So we want to, let's just copy this and see how it looks. So we want to reference this code from somewhere and the citation is coming from this link. So this is how it is going to come out. And you see, it's going to come out. It knows that this is a citation from somewhere else, and by default, it arranges it that it knows the citation. And you see, we are able to reference the person differently by using a P. So can you see the difference? Now, for site, we use it in between the line and we just use it a text. By default, the browser has made it an italics. But for this block code, see, it gives a different kind of spacing and all that. So it is another different view on the zone. So you get, so that is where you say now how does block site works. The site attribute provides the source of the URL where you provide that speech, and then the quoted text is typically styled on the indented text by the browser, and that's what we can experience it. The browser already indents it differently. So now, when you combine both site and block codes, sometimes you may need to use site and block code to provide complete context for a citation. So when you cite it from somewhere and you just want to make the name of the person in italics, that's another different thing. Can always see that. So let's see how does this look. And when we have this, how did it come out? You see? So by default, it's the site now help us put the name of the person in an italics, and the block code help us indent whatever we are doing from the beginning and give it a space differently. So that way we have a different use. We can tell by default that, oh, this is somewhere, that this is something coming from somewhere, this is one thing, this is a speech, this is a book. So by default we have tags that can help us tell a difference between a normal P, which is just a normal text, to something that you are citing. Then we have the Q element. For shorter codes, the Q element is used. It is wrapped in line code and automatically has quotation mark around the text. So basically we say, as John Lennon said, so maybe in the process of a P and you just want to cite someone said something, and we basically use this. This is what you get. By default, you just had whatever that person in quotes. You see, it is different from site. Site basically we use it for a name. We want to just show a different thing. For site, we use it for a name. We want to show a different thing. For block code, we are actually referencing a part of a speech or something is different. Now for the short inline code, it's just like you just want to quickly say, oh, as you're letting this to say that life is beautiful, then you explain whatever you want to explain based on what is that. So you use the short cue, and that's what we refer to as short code. Now, best practices for this is, say for short codes, the Q element is used by use semantic properly. So use sites for titles and block codes for long codes. So when you know you want to just do a name of a researcher, a name of a book, a name of a title of something, so you can use the site. And block code is when you want to just give a reference to a very long code concerning something, you use block code. Then you have source URL. Always include the site attribute for block code when quoting it, so it should know this is the site it is coming from. Then ensure accessibility. Use descriptive alternative text on link to provide additional context for screen readers. Then test browser rendition. Check how your citation appears across different browsers. That's the best practices, right? So as you can see, we have a P. So let us copy this, and I want you to see how it will look like on the browser. Then when we check that, you can see. So can you see the OSS? So one of the most interactive code I read is this. The only limit to our realization, and that perfect code comes from the line, as I said, life is this. Can you see the different use of it? So when you are trying to reference something long and all that, we use the block codes. When we want just something in line with this, and we use citation for a name of the researcher or the author or that. So that way we have made it as simple, as clear as that. So now we're going to another key section of HTML, which is link and navigation. So hyperlink. I remember making mention of hyperlink in the beginning of the class when we call the A an anchor tag. So we said that hyperlink are the backbone of the internet, allowing users to navigate between web pages and resources within a single click. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to create an hyperlink. So what is an hyperlink? An hyperlink, or simply a link, a link from one place to the other, connect one resources such as a web page. If you recall when we were treating internet and we're telling you that we use link to move from one page, when we're explaining what website is, where it takes in different web pages is what consists of a website. So you use a link to move from one page to the other page. So yeah, that's basically it. So this is what we use, which is hyperlink, or a link. Is it to connect one page or file or an email address to another? In HTML, hyperlinks are created using the A tag, which is basically called the anchor tag. Now, how is this written? It's written like this. Now, the A tag defines the hyperlink. The ref attribute specify the destination you want it to go, and the link tag, the link text is the clickable link visible to users. So the link that is going to click will do something. I just want to quickly pick something. Yeah.com. So let's basically steal this already and come back here. So you say, how do we write the anchor tag? You start by the A tag. No, let me make it clear. Start on the A tag. Then it has an attribute called ref, which will tell which is the link that we want the person to be able to go to, and then the text that is going to be visible to the person that is going to click, and we have Google. That's what we have here. It comes with a color on its own by default, and it comes with an underlined text for you to know that it is a link. So when you click on this, see, we have google.com. So that is what anchor tag is basically. So now, outside rendition by default, most browser style sites so step by step guides to creating hyperlinks. Link to an external website. To link an external website, provide the full URL to the ref, like what we just did. We did a full URL, which is the URL to Google, which is an external link. Then we want to link to another page in your website. So that's what we have index.html. We want to link to index here. So we want to make this, and then by default we just write index.html, and let us write here index. And when we come back to the browser, we'll definitely see index, and then let me just do the break tag that we were told. And that way that comes to a new line. So when you click on index, you see by default index brings us to our index page where we had all our tags before. So that way, can we see? So we can use it for external link like the Google, which is taking us outside, and we are writing the full link. And we can use it for in-house, which is the same file. So by specifying where you want it to go. Then the next thing is we want you to create an email link for us. We want to specify an email link. So how do we do that? We have it as a mail tool. So let me just copy this example.com. So how do we do that again? All this is within the A tag. So in the ref, we have to specify we want it to go to the mail tool and do this. And that's all. Let's write it and do mail. So when we do mail and come back to our browser, I'm sure that yeah, we have mail here. Let me always put this break so that they can all stand on the same on different line. We'll be able to see clearly. So when we click on mail, yeah, it's going to load because it will try to open a mail. Yeah, can you see? It went ahead to open my Gmail so that we can send a particular mail to this person. That is what mail tool is. So you use it that when you just want to use that, when they click on that particular thing, the person should just have an email ready and just be able to send you mail directly. That's what you use that one for. Okay, so the next thing is now we want all these things will be opening all of them in the same page, so we have to use our browser navigation to go back. Now you want it to open on a new page, so there is another attribute assigned to this, and it is called a target. So the target attribute is assigned to this. The target attribute is assigned to this. So let us see another one. Let's see, where should we go to? Okay, let's go to Wikipedia like it has here, and let us create a new A. So in this place now, we put it as an external. What we want it to do is target. So when I open target, we tell it that we want it to be dash blank, like you can see here. We want it to be dash underscore blank. So by default, we're telling it that it should go to a new page, a new tab, and not open in the same tab that we are. So when I didn't put anything here. Sorry about that. Let's say new tab. So when you do a new tab and you click on new tab, you see it's going to open it on a new tab, no more on this tab. Like the other, like google.com, it is opening on the same tab that we have to use our navigation to go back. But with this new tab, it opens a new tab entirely. So that is the essence of it. That's why sometimes you can click some link and you take it to a new page and you are on their different tab and you have to come back to the tab. Yeah, that is how we move from it using the anchor tag, just using the target attribute. Now, to link to a specific section. So now I want to go to a specific section on our page and we want us to go to contact. So let me do something here. Let me do something very tricky. Do I need to clean all this? No. Okay. Let's come to the beginning here and do H2 and I want it to be contact. But I want it to have an ID. Remember specifying that we say ID and classes. ID is used to be a unique element. Why? Let's do contact. And class can be used to general. So let me see in between here. I have a Lorry. Let's do a P. Let's do a Lorry episode times 20. Ouch, that's heavy. Then underneath here, where our A is, I want you to take me back to where the contact is. So you can also use A in between a one single page. That's basically what we're trying to explain here. So this, and I just have to do hashtag signifying it's an ID, and I want to write contact. Abby, I think I missed it though. Yeah, so basically did you see where contact is, and you can see where let's say in our link. So you can see where our link is. So basically it's to jump back to where this guy is, right? So let us click on that. I see it brought us back to the top. So basically that's how you use it in one page at the same time. Since you are specifying is an ID, you use the hashtag to tell you that is an ID inside this page. So go and look for the element that has the particular ID of contact and take me there. That's basically what happened there. Then now you had a tuple to a link. And how do you do that? The title attribute display a tuple when a user over a link. You know, sometimes you can over something and you can see more information about it. So let's basically copy what they have here and use it. So you can just do this. And when we come to the browser, you can see Mozilla. Where did I keep forgetting? Break. So we can see Mozilla. So when you over on it, should give us a different, which is basically what we had as the title there. So that is what a tutorial is. It's going to come more like it's giving you more information about that particular link that you are clicking. So that is it basically. Then now best practices for creating hyperlink. Use descriptive link terms, avoid click here. Instead, use the text that explain when the link is going to. So when you want to do something on a read our policy, instead of doing click here, you write read our policy, just the way I've been doing here. Like want us to we are going to Google, I wrote Google, we are going to index, I wrote index, I'm going to mail, I wrote mail. I'm going to a new tab, I wrote new tab. So this way it is descriptive enough for you to know where we're particularly sure you test your list, double check it before you push it. Then make link accessible, use meaningful text for screen areas so that they can understand what it is. Then style link for visibility. Ensure you style it, make it different. Don't just use the fine one that you have here. Style it when it gets to CSS, you understand what more style you should do. Now, link to external sites. We basically explained it there. When we want to link to external sites, we did that already. So you just write the full URL telling it that this is the name of the site you are going to, and then when you want it to open on a new tab like this, you use the target and add to it. Now, when you add a title to it, when you add a title to it, that means you are giving more explanation about it. So let's do something very quick. So let's do a tag. I want you to go to, let's say, use this google.com, but I want you to open on a new tag. So we do target and a new page, and then I also want you to have a title. Let's say Google search. So when we come here, did I add the inner text? No, I did not. So let's just do Google here. Google 2. So when you, that's basically what external link is. External link, you have to write it full. It is different from internal link that we have, that it is just another page that you want to link to. About. So basically, this is all what you want to do. So assuming, let me do, okay, yeah, we have a folder here, and let me just do about.html, and let's do a small boilerplate, and let's do something like this. So that way, so let us do CSS class about page, and then when we check that out and click, we have gone to the page. So it's still in-house. Everything is in-house. So to do in-house, you just specify the path properly, and that way you are done. So that's it. So linking a page in subfolders. Now linking to the parent folder. So now let us use about. So we're inside about, and I want to link into index. So we can say a like this. So we have to do dot slash. See, that means we have come out, and I want to go to index.html, and that's it. So dot is telling it, leave the present place I am, go to the parent directory, and pick this particular file. That's where I need you to go to. So assuming, yeah, parent, I keep forgetting, parent folder index.html. Sorry, it's looking very long, but just for us to understand. So from there, when you click on this, bring us back to our index.html. So as simple as that. Now, like we said, you can add title to this link, which is more like a tutorial for us. And if we go back to this link and let us add something here, which is the title attribute. I'm telling it to title attribute should going to index. Let's use index. Let's say going to page. And with that, when you hover on it, you see you have going to page. So you have more details about the link you are going for. So basically that is it. Now next we are going to what is called image and media. This is a very crucial part again, because you will definitely have where you see image on websites. Okay, let's just search. Let me do something here. Let's search images. When you search images, so you say there's basically going to be image on your website. You are going to have a website that have image. If you need to know how to upload image, you need to know how to upload you need to know how to upload image, you need to know how to upload video. So let's keep using testing and let us do this. Take it back. Where's the closing tag? This. Delete this and this. Let's see. Bam. So we can have small space to see what we are doing. Now, how do we do image? We learned from first class that an image tag is a self-closing tag. It's unlike the anchor tag that has opening and close tag. So you need to check it to have a closing tag. It is self-closing actually. So how do we do it? It's the image tag is self-closing, which means it doesn't require a closing tag. So this is the general thing about it, which is the syntax for an image is commenting right image. So sorry, anchor tag, and yeah, we have size command block quotes and Q basically. So now you have the image tag, and like we said, it has two attributes that is always essential for it, which is the SRC telling it the source of the image, which is image goes here, image source. What am I writing like this? Image source goes here, then alternative, which will be like description, goes here basically. So when we come to our page, we should see description goes here, something like that. So now the SRC will specify the path or the URL of the image file. The alternative provides alternative text for the image. This text is displayed if the image cannot be loaded, like what we have here. It cannot load the SRC source file, so it shows you the description of the image file. Yeah, I know my background is a bit noisy. Sorry, I'm very sorry. There's plenty of movement today, so bear with me. Now, so we said now adding an image. The basic way of adding an image is an image set. So let me see. Let me do something. Let me move an image to this folder so that we can use it as triangle. Loading. Yeah. Let me quickly rename this and say basic dog. Crazy dog and rename. Let us copy this. Voila. This one. I need to copy. Okay, so now we want to use an actual image. So this is how we write it. We write an image SRC, so you write a crazy talk.jp. So make sure it is exactly how this name is. You are putting it here. One tiny mistake, it will not read it. It reads even including a dot, and then the alternative text should be crazy dot. And if we come to our website, You see, we have our crazy stuff here. So that is it. This is how you use an image like that. So basically, this is it. This is how you add an image. So you use CSS to reduce. You see, it is coming. It is actual size. So you can use CSS to bring it down. But that's not what we want to do. So this is how you just add the image to your website, basically. Now, what happens here? The SRC attribute points to the image file. You see, like we had crazy.jpg, which is stored in the image folder. We don't have an image folder, so we are not for that. Now, the alternative they give a description of our image. Now, that's it. Now, the type of image path, we have an relative path, which is that points to a file relative to the current file. That means like the way we have here, this is relative in the sense it is relating to this folder what we have there. But absolute path is telling us an image that is outside. So let us do something from this image. Let's do copy image address. And then when we copy the image address, let's do another image. So now we paste the link here. Wait, happen. Sorry. Let's look for a shorter URL. That was way too long. On Splash. Yes, on Splash.
Sorry, ma, we can't see your screen again.
Hold on, sis. His network coming. I just want to copy image URL. Can you see now? Can you see it?
No.
Is anybody else having the same issue? Because I really need response.
Okay,
Somebody
I
else
can see
having
now. I can see now.
Alright, okay, thanks. Now, so we've copied the external link. You can add the external link and we do additional and do an external link. Let me do something so that I will not be scrolling. So that way, you come back to our page, see, it has had the other image in it. So, like we said, relative path is this crazy dog, which is in relation to the folder we're working in, so it's related to the path. It is still inside the same place. But this one is an absolute path in the sense that it has to go outside to go and source that image and come back. That is it. Now, to optimize file size, tips for using image: use tools to compress image for faster loading. Use descriptive alt text to improve accessibility and help with SEO. Make your image responsive so that you can fit small screen and large screen, basically. So what is the attributes? We already talk about the attributes, which that is in line with image, which is SRC source, and alt, which is the description. Now, the SRC attributes specify the path to the image, like we've been saying. Either it is the URL, which is the absolute path, or the relative path, which is from inside the folder, like we've done. And then the alternative gives more description about it, so it enhances the SEO. So now there are another two more attributes. There are other attributes. We have the width and the height. So let us work on the height of this our crazy dog, which is very big. So it has the width attribute, so we can do 300, and the height attribute, not 18, sorry, height attribute of 300. Hopefully it shrinks back. Yep. And you see, it comes down. It comes down back to that. So that is how you style something like this. So let us leave our height like 500 so that our image can stretch a bit. Yeah. So This is another attribute of SRC. You have used it to shape the style of the image and tell it to reduce from how the big size that we're having before. Then we have another attribute called title. Now the title is just like we had on the anchor tag that gives more description. So what we'll do here is let's still use the same one and add a title of very crazy dog. I don't know why nonsense. Very crazy dog. And then when we have that, you over on it, you see, you have your title showing very good now. Yeah, very crazy dog. So that is it. Then we have the lazy. Now the lazy loading does what for us. The lazy attribute improve page performance by controlling how image are loaded. The lazy loads the image only when it appears in the viewport. Eager loads the image immediately. So let's do something. Let's do something here. Since we have two image, one we're going to do a loading effect and we put eager on this one and we do this one loading and we make it lazy. Now the difference between it is lazy is that it's until you scroll to that page before that image moves, and that's the viewpoint until you get to the where you are viewing it before you see it. Why eager even before you reach there it has load. So now how do we see it? Let's do something. Let's put eager at the top. Right. I want to see how we make a difference of it. So let's refresh. So see if you take note of refreshing, our eager is there. Well, see, then this one comes up. I don't know why it's coming up very fast. Sure, we don't have much documents for long scrolling. This one should come up when we are just getting to this viewport of it. That's when it moves. Do you understand? So we don't majorly use these things all the time because your CSS does most of this for you. So, but it's good for you to know it. Now we have the cross origin. Now these attributes specify how browsers should handle cross origin for requests. Common value. You have an anonymous send and user credential like cookies. You know we have some images that have to do with cookies. So let's say cross origin on our crazy dog as usual. Then we have a cross origin and we wanted to use anonymous. So it doesn't bother. It's just this one now works behind the scene by telling the browser what it should do, how it should just display on each basis. So basically that's that one. Now that is that for image loading. Now let us go to video. We need to know how we've learned for image. Now we want to learn for video. We say embedding video in HTML. Embedding video on your website can make your content more engaging and visually appealing. Whether you are sharing tutorials, product demo, or funny clip, HTML makes it easy to add videos. So in this tutorial, we are doing video. Now, what is video embedding? Embedding a video means inserting into a web page so user can watch it directly without navigating to a separate platform. So how do we embed a video? We embed a video by using the video tag. The video tag is a native HTML element designed for embedding video. It allows for multiple customization options. So here is an example. Okay, we have MP4 like that, example of MP4 and that. So let us see. I'm trying to think of how of a video to link to. Let's do this. Let's copy this. Which short video do I have here? There's not going to take us 100 years to add. Sorry, okay. Let me use this. and copy and do this and drop video. Now we say the video tag and the video, we embed the video by using the video tag. And how do we add that? We have we use it source like this inside the video tag, not this SRC that was saying. Don't worry, there'll be explanation for that. So and then this one changes from this to learn graphic MP4. Yeah, exactly. So this explain the quote something we were talking about. It's essence. Can you see I have space, but within a quote it knows it, and even yet so without space it knows. So this is the whole point of using quote. So let's see, our image should have showed. Yeah. Can you see how big it is trying to come up? And let's play. Exactly. Yeah, that is play. We have this here. So there's more things we can add to this that can make it more. I think this is playing already because this is the video loading already. So let us add some more things, more attributes to it. We said control. It has the play, pause, volume, and other control of the video. So first thing first that we want to add here is control. So when we add controls to this and we come back here to our video, can we see that we already see the play effect, we see the volume, see the minimize, all this. That is what the control does. And by the time we play this, you can see that. And yep, our video is playing. We have that control. That's one. Then two, we have autoplay. That means we're telling it that it should start playing even before we press on play. So let us add that and do auto play. Okay, let me do a width and height variable. Can you see it is already playing already? So let's do width. Let's do a width of 560 and a height of 300. Let's see. And by default, you see, it is shaping it, and autoplay is the moment you just get into it, you get to the video and it loads, it should just start playing. That's what autoplay was supposed to do for us. So, guys messing up. So that's autoplay. Then you have the loop. The loop replaces the video automatically when the video ends. So when I want the video to start all over, just loop, and that is it. Now, if you also want the video to be muted, so start the video with the sound turn off. That means you will not hear the sound of the video. We want it to start muted, so we have muted, and see, it already shows that it is muted and the video is already going. So that is the point of muted. Then poster, display an image as a placeholder before the image post. So let's see. Okay, now let's do poster. So poster, which image should we use? Let's use our crazy dog. Crazy dog should show before that the image starts loading. They come on. Yeah, did you see that? It's very fast because our image is loading already. So take notes and you will see that the image shows first briefly before the video starts. So that is one thing of it. So that is one attribute that you use for images. That way you tell these are all what you use to control your image. You see, we use the width and height to tell it this is the width you should take and this is the height you should take. So it doesn't just go full and cover everywhere. Then you have the controls. The controls help us with this. We see the control. We have muted telling it that it should start in mute. We have loop, that means when it is done it should start all over again. We have poster, having image that will begin it. Now there are some times that you will need to embed image from YouTube to your website. So how do we use that? Now YouTube videos are commonly embedded using an iframe tag. You know, the other ones that you upload you use video, but from YouTube you have a iframe tag, and this allows you to display a video on your site without posting it. Now, so without you coming to post, so all the video will be showing. And how does that work? It just show you the iframe now. Basically how that works is you have an iframe that have a width and height. It has the source, which will be from the YouTube. You have the title, you have a frame border, you allow so many things. Now I will explain all that. So let us start by going to YouTube and get a YouTube video we want first. How do we get those terminal links?
Can't see your screen. Okay, I think it's loading.
Yeah. So okay, let's use our Falytom something and let's see. There should be a way we get this thing. Let me see share. Exactly. So we get the copy code, their link from here. So now we said we embed them by using an iframe tag. So we start with this an iframe. Abby, let me see the arrangement. It has an opening and closing tag, but nothing is inside. Everything is done in the opening tag. So those are the attributes, right? So we have the SRC by dropping our link here. We have the frame. Then the next one should be, let me see, something should have appeared already. Yeah. You see, YouTube wishes to connect internet. But we already know that one is there already. So we have the width and height. I don't think we need the width and height. Majorly, we don't need that. Already come out small. Let us put a title from title of YouTube video. Then we have the frame border. We already have that came by 0. We want it to autoplay by so allow. So this allow now basically things that comes with it. So let me do something here. When you see when we did this copy, right, we had the share. So if I want to embed it with code, you click on it and you can see it. Can you see it basically gives you all this. So all you just need to do is copy this. I just wanted you to see the steps, and that was why I actually gave it that one long process and see how you write it. So when you write this and I save this, can you see that? Can you see it's coming out different? It has the width of 500, height of this. You have the source. I have the title, frame, allow the reference policies, cross record, and allow full screen. So let us see. It should have allowed now. Yep. And in that way, we have embedded it. Allowing a full screen is, I think, when you play this, we should allow full screen exactly. Escape. Sorry, so yeah, we can. What happened? Is that? And that is how we embed a YouTube video to it. Basically, the source is the link to the image to the video. We give it a title for it to know what the title is, and let me see where that title comes in. It doesn't start it. Yeah. So the title is for, where is it? It's just for details. Then the frame border, we don't want a frame border like the way we have a frame border on this one. We don't want a frame border. That one is 0. So we are aligning it to allow to play keyboard, keep right, you can copy, encrypt media, picture in picture. These are things that you are allowed virtual mode. And then you are giving a policy that it should be able to cross engine, it should cross any engine it needs, any policy it needs across every browser it will be, and it should allow full screen. Basically, it. So this is how we embed a YouTube video, and this is how we put in a normal video from upload. So we've covered a lot today, which is we learn how to cite, we learn book codes, which is this. Then we learn about codes on its own. We learned about the anchor tags. and then I have to put images from the relative, and then can you please mute your mic? And then we have the URL. Then we see the one that we embed video from our relative part, and we can see how we can bring it a YouTube video without stress. So let's do one more thing before we finish today, which is audio. So audio is almost the same way as video, basically. So embedding an audio in HTML is straightforward process that allow you to add sounds or music to your web page. Now, how do we embed it? We use the audio tag. Remember when we were using the video, we use the video tag. So for audio, we do the audio element tag. So the audio element in HTML is designed to embed audio files in a web page. It supports multiple audio formats and provides control options. So basically what we have to do is just to have audio, the source file, controls, and just closing it back. So like I've been doing, let's go to music. Let's pick one song, just one song. Yep. Let's copy this and bring it back here. Now for audio, we said we do the audio. And the SRC, basically, like we know, it should be this. And I've written that the Afrobeat jam. And without putting the controls first, I want us to see how it looks like. Ready. It's not coming up yet because it is an audio. So let me put in the controls. We'll see there because it's the controls you want to use to play whatever music you are playing. And then when you play that, definitely get what you need. And that is all for how you embed an audio. It's that straightforward. So we want you to know the same way you have muted, you have loop, you want it to autoplay when it starts. So we can do autoplay the moment you just get there. See, by default it just starts playing like that. If we want it to be muted before it starts, okay, we want it to be muted, that means we said muted, and we want it that when it starts muted, it should start muted, and it should loop. You say it has gone quiet, and it should loop, and that is, it should start all over again. So basically that is it. That is all for audio. Now one thing with audio is that there are some formats that each browser accepts. Now the format MPX, MP3, so that the file is ending with .mp3. And what do we have here? Basically we are ending with .mp3. So it knows that this is the audio type. Oh, we didn't specify a type. So we can specify a type here by doing, yeah, we did explain that type attribute for audio. For video, we specify a type by telling it is video and is MP4. So this one, I want to specify a type. I don't know what I'm doing. Type equals to, I want it to be an audio / MP3. I believe that's way out there. So most browser knows this one. So by default, it's going to play without stress. So it knows that this is it. So you see when we did muted, it has started, but it is muted. Then you have the .org. So Firefox, Chrome, and Opera Mini is the ones that support this format. And we have the Wave or modern browser that supports it. So now make sure you can use multiple formats to ensure broad browser compatibility. You can keep audio file size small to reduce loading time. You can provide fallback context for browser that does not support the audio elements. Be mindful of autoplay. Some browser block autoplay with sound for user experience. You know, it's not normal for, if I should remove muted, where is that? Remove muted and we just go straight. You see, I've not even get to the page and it's already playing a lot of the songs. You know, it can be tiring, right? So it is very, that's why we said, be very careful of autoplay. It's advisable for let the person itself, let the user itself come there and play the song on his own. So basically that's it. So we've come to the end of today's class. So any question for today? Yeah, Ali, please you can ask your question.
All right, good evening. My question, I have two questions actually. The first question
Alright.
is it possible for you to upload pictures or image that are stored in your computer
Yes,
without copying them in your own folder, in your HTML folder? Is it possible?
and that's majorly you have to do the linking to it, like you have to know the path to it completely. Like let me see. I've stopped presenting. Let me present and see.
All right.
Entire screen. So I need to come to pictures. I want to do something. Mm. The thing is, it's more easier if you're using a Windows. You can copy the link of where this thing is. So you have to majorly it's just the part in the sense that you have to do this where is that image part. You know the way we are referencing to external you can, so you need to make sure it reads it. So if you're telling it to leave this place, go down into this particular place and look for it and look for it. So that's it. But to save all those stress, that's why we just basically bring the image into the folder easily. But
Folder.
yes, you can reference it.
It's possible. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Then my second question is under citation and block quotes. I don't
Yeah.
really get the block quotes. What's the difference? Like what's the difference between citation and block quotes?
Now the block code something, right? Block codes work for when you are referring to a long code. So far we just use it for short because we wanted you to see it. You know sometimes when you are working it, I stop presenting again. Let me present and show you something. There screen. So let's go to Wikipedia. Let's see. I'm kind of confused. Okay, so yeah. See Wikipedia, open on a new tab. I think it's Wikipedia that does that anyway. Mm, I can't find what I'm looking for here. But well, Wikipedia sometimes reference research that has to do with someone's code that you have written and you want to make a reference to it, right? So you have a note code like in this text, this person wrote something like this and all that. So basically, you want to put that on a different level. So when you are making a reference to a code like that, like we have here, so can you see by default the browser already made it in embedded. So that is what you use
Yeah.
those codes and you bring it here. So blog quote is maybe you are writing this you were doing a research. Research I know it's in a research. You're writing a research document and you want to quote something from somewhere and it's just not one line quote. You have like up to 3, 4, 5 lines quote. So and it's just more abstract on that.
Okay.
So you can just bring it and use a blog quote to it. So by default it comes in differently from how you're writing your normal text. So sites now we use sites for the name of the person or the name of the book or the name of the researcher. So basically so I hope I have been able to answer your question.
Yeah, yes, you did. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Please any other question? Ali, please you can drop down your hand so that we'll know that we're done. And then Iano Jeanette, please you can go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Thank you very much for the class. Please, the first question I have is concerning linking the in-house links. For instance, when
Yeah.
you are on your about.html and you have
Yeah.
and you want to navigate to the index.html, so at the time
Okay.
you use // index.html. I don't know how you really put it very well, but what I want to
All
ask
right.
there is that since they are in the
Mm-hmm.
same folder, can't I use just normal index.html as the href. Hope you understand what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying.
are right. I get what you're
You can,
saying, but this was where I
won't I be
used
able to
the
get
dot.
to,
You
ma?
will. There's two different ways. You will. There's two different
Oh,
ways to it, and there's a reason for why you use it dot dot. So I will explain again. Now,
okay.
check this folder structure well. My testing and my index are here, but my about is inside another folder. That means inside HTML class, I have a folder called CSS class, and my about is inside CSS class. So that if I have come there and I've just do index.html, right? Let us go to about. Let's come here. Let me come to about. About.html. You see? Can you see? If even on my URL here, it does not even see about the HTML for me. So I'm coming. I did something on about. So you have to. It has to navigate to inside. I did something here. Yeah. Let's see. This should be yeah. So now I've changed the link on about, right? And I've made about to just go to index, and we want it to go to index directly. When you click on it, it will show you an error because now index is not inside the CSS class folder. It is inside the HTML class folder, which is this guy here. It's different from inside here. So that dot dot is to tell it leave from here. Don't stay inside CSS class again. Go out of CSS class and go to index that is there. That is the essence of dot dot. So you see, without the dot dot now, it is reading that index is in the same place with where your about is, but your index is not there. Your index is outside. So you are using dot dot to, oh yeah, come out of this place, go to this place. That is it. So you can even see that when I even did just slash about, it told me it does not have about because about is not in the root file. It is inside another folder. So you see that for about that, you have to do, okay, first go into the folder, then go into about. So do you understand the difference now? So that if I now come back to this place and I do the dot dot slash, so I am telling it that go out of CSS and boom, and that way you see it has switched. It has come out from the CSS class folder and it has moved to the index. So that's the point of the dot dot. But now if we're in index here and I just want to move to, now let me go to testing. I mean, let's just do it there in index there, and I want to go to testing, right? So we can just do a here and just do testing dot HTML. You see, I don't need dot dots here because by default it already knows. So where is that link? Oh, sorry, I didn't put this. I don't know why I keep forgetting. Test. Yeah, so this is test. When you click on test, by default it brings you there. But if you are going for about now, about is not in the same place. So you use those dot dots to tell it this is where you are going to. This is where you are looking for. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Then
That's true. Oh, you
the
said a
other one
question.
I
I'm sorry.
quickly want to ask is, when, you were going through the notes for how to add images the other time.
I have
So
to
what
do
I want
what?
to ask, the add images,
Okay.
images. So what
Okay.
I want to ask under there is, there was a part they wrote image folder. So when you got to that
Mm-hmm.
side, you were saying you didn't really go in depth on image folder. So that's what I want to.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Why I didn't go in there is I don't have a folder. So what you just need to do is to create an image folder. I see this crazy dog. I'm going to move it inside image folder. So move. Now go out. So by default it is inside this place. Now if you come back to testing, you see where did we use crazy dog? It is no longer going to see this crazy dog like this. So let me come back to here. See where is that crazy? You see, it is no longer reading crazy dog
Sorry,
again
can't
because it's
see your
not seeing it.
screen.
Just hold on, network. screen now. I'm waiting for you.
No, no.
This is your network. Who else cannot see my screen? Okay, Zainab, you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
Alright, so that means it is network. Or is a network. So now what I'm saying is that
Okay.
now this crazy dog have moved and you cannot see it because why? It has changed the path. So now if I want to really access this, I have to start from the folder and tell it that you have to start from image folder, go inside image folder and go and get me crazy dog image there. And that is that folder path. So it is just literally the path name. So because we didn't have a folder, I just skipped that and said, well, we have our name there. But majorly it is advisable that all your image stay in one folder, all your this is in one folder for readability, so that everything will not stay scattered like the way we're having now. But since we've had a folder, you just put your image there. So all your image you call them from that particular folder. Are we good? Have I been able to answer your question?
Yes, very well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Castro.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I'm just going to
No.
ask two questions here. So the first question is working with images. Why downloading my images online? Okay, why working with images? Do I need to download them or should I just copy the URL from the image link? I don't know. I don't know which one is the best
Well,
practice. Do we download them into our
okay. For
project folder
best
or to just
practice,
copy?
like you said, for best practice, like you say, is have your image for in your folder. Why? Because now with that link, you're just telling the browser when it is gathering everything, by the time it is presenting everything to you, there's something we have behind the scene that when we the internet, when it is compiling everything and it's trying to show it to you, or you are telling it when while it is reading and it says that there's a link to this image, so you're telling it to go and get this image and come back. So when you use an external link, it takes longer time to load. But when you use it inside a folder, so the moment it is compiling, it is bringing it once. That is it. So for best practices for me, and what I have learned and I have known so far, best practices is for having them in your folder than using an external link. Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, then
Any
the
other
next
question?
question. The other question is for the video poster. I noticed it just came up just a few minutes and then flipped off. My question there is,
Yeah, because our imaging is
can you adjust the
the poster,
time, the
right?
duration? Yeah,
Yeah, you can,
can,
but I don't have my don't worry, we'll send in more details on that. But majorly it's because my image is loading. Now you can see like for YouTube on the image just stayed there first until you did a play, right? So I'm coming. Where is our video safe? I think there was a autoplay on it. Let's remove an autoplay and let's see. When you come back, let me reload. Ah, it's still jumping. But I'll find that and tell you. But yes, there's a way to delay it for it to stay before you start playing. Is that clear?
yeah, yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Is that all? Any other question? Falytom, I'm done. Over to you.